Good morning. I'm going for my morning walk after about 1 o'clock. I wanted to run a test, confirmation on something. Well, to see if I was being assaulted as usual. And of course I was. But this is mostly about what they were trying to squash for me saying yesterday, which is, when it was my mother's birthday, my niece didn't show up, and they're trying to pull, and this is also coincides with all of a sudden the faggots coming out, bringing out Van Jones, and then today Kamala Harris on Rachel Maddow to show her gay support, while at the same time throwing black men under the bus, African American men especially, which is what she's made her whole career on. She was one of the most ruthless of locking black men up, young boys, instead of looking at ways to do better community policing, find processes and systems to break the school pipeline. And then she'll throw out her bona fides of saying, well, look, I grew up in the protest movement and all this gabbity goop. You know, I think there are a lot of people who think she's probably actually a lesbian, but just happens to be married to a guy. I hate having to say things like that about people, but the illegality of the Democrats and what they've been doing, and thinking that she's going to be able to use my psychic ability for her own personal use, is just purely pathetic, and in line with how both the Democrats and the Republicans behave, but the Democrats especially. They really are. It's like both the Democrats and the Republicans absolutely hate African American men. And they both use us, heterosexual. Add that part. You know, right now they're pushing them, about to run out of cash, try to outhouse me. Trump has prepared Washington, D.C., to make sure that if there are any protest, he could, if they try to sustain those protests, like an Occupy style, they'll just arrest everyone and move them out. Probably with force. I swear, I think both of these, I know Biden and Harris sold their soul to the devil, sold their soul to the lower state entities. They are both demonically possessed. And I hate having to say that, but this is for my personal. This will not be put up. It'll be stored for my personal thinking at a later date. But the part about the demonic possession, that's because the shit I've gone through and how they've tried to insert such crazy shit into my mind is beyond pathetic. And they're just slowly killing me. And so Harris can say all the bullshit she wants. She's just fucking evil. Her and Hillary are just evil. The whole Clintons, they're just evil. They're the Sith between, as I said, Trump was taught by the Democrats. And, you know, just unleashing the worst and lowest part of America. As he's stealing everything. And most white people think, oh, he's just getting his cut. His cut is everything. Their cut is everything. They don't realize that yet. Because they're thinking, oh, they're only going to be taken from the African Americans who have absolutely nothing. Oh yeah, the new guy, there's a black guy in the black truck across from me at where I'm at. He's the one breaking in. The other one with the white truck, that's a support, and he's a faggot. And they're assaulting me with faggots. So my body does one thing and my mind, so the mind-body split. And since they're really trying to knock me out when they're doing it, The mind doesn't know what's going on, so the body's doing one thing. I think it's just pure evil. Where before I just didn't give a shit about homosexuals. It's like, yeah, you do you. I'm truly, yeah, they're fucking evil. They are demonic and evil, most of them. Not all of them. As I said, 70% are cluster B. So that 30 to 40%, just inverted souls, inverted bodies. But even the transvestites, when you look at them and the studs or whatever, which are just lesbians who try to think they're dudes, you see their phase shifting and the makeup. They're demonic. They're lower state infestations. And that really sucks to have to say that. But it is what it is. And and in many ways, you know, I hate to say this too, they were kind of right about Obama, the evangelicals, were bringing in all the Muslims. That was just stupid. Look what they've done to Minnesota. To have Tim Walz change his flag and change the Minnesota flag, instead of them changing and adapting to us, they're trying to adapt us to them. Go back to fucking Ethiopia. We should have brought in Ethiopian Christians. And yeah, the homosexuals are just using black men to continue destruction of the African American community, and they're going to use Kamala Harris to continue that alongside of the corporations. Oh, that's it. Take care. Have a great day. We'll see what happens over the next couple of days.